visit us on the web at www.wavelength-radio.com.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures.
He's live. He's uncensored. And he's on the level.
He's Patrick Adam.
The Patrick Adam Show on Wavelength Radio.
Welcome to the Patrick Adam Show here from Cool Wave Pictures. It's Wednesday, September 5th, 2007. Oh, fucking A, man. Christmas is almost here. I'm going to have a sip of my beer. I want to thank Brian McKenzie for filming for Cameron Cooper. Cameron, where the fuck are you, man? We miss you over here. But I got to think, man, Brian's holding his own. You may not have a fucking job next week, bro. I don't know. You may want to think about that. Give us an email, www.wavelength-radio.com. That's not our email. That's the website. Here's our email, coolwaveradio@gmail.com. Feel free to give me a call, chime in at any time during the night, change the subject, I do not care. 1-800-421-5308, that's nationally. Locally here in Phoenix, 602-288-6794. Please feel free to give us a call. God damn! Who's coming with me? Who's coming with me?
Me! I will go with you.
Show me the money! Anyways, funny story this week. Sunday, I go out and I get the paper because I love the fucking puzzle, the crossword puzzle. I love the Best Buy ad, the Circuit City ads. I like to look at TVs, electronics, video games, and I like to look at the sports. The locally here in Arizona, it's called the Arizona Republic, and the arts and entertainment section is the one with all the movies, and that also has the puzzles and stuff. And I mean, I'm a movie guy, and I like to read about movies and shit like that. And I love fucking westerns. And I love Russell Crowe, and I love Christian Bale. I think those guys are fucking studs. Anybody who can throw a phone at somebody and then headline a western has got my fucking vote. I don't care who you are. And anybody who can pull off Batman like Christian Bale pulled off Batman, my gosh. Val Kilmer, George Clooney, and Michael Keaton, their balls should be cut off, put in a fucking jar, because those performances suck balls compared to the Christian Bale version. And that guy's a fucking stud. He's done so many great movies. I mean, check out The Prestige on Blu-ray. Great movie with Christian Bale. You fucking ass clown. The Blu-ray. He's got this teleprompter. Charles Peterson, you know, he is the producer of Wavelength Radio here at Cool Wave Pictures. I'm staring in front of two computer screens, and one on the left, you know, I get these messages. He chimes in with these messages, and he's like, talk about The Prestige on Blu-ray for the Blu-ray show. Because we love the fucking Blu-ray show. He texted me last night at about 8:30, and he's like, you calling into the show tonight? And I text him back, and I'm like saying, what are you talking about? He's like, well, you said you were going to call on the show. And I texted him back, I said, how fucking drunk was I when I said I was going to call on your show? I must have been pretty hammered. Anyways, back to my story. So on the cover on Sunday, the Arizona Republic, was a picture of the new movie coming out, 3:10 to Yuma, starring Russell Crowe and Christian Bale. And there they are. They're on horseback, and there's like 5 of them on horseback. And I look down at the caption, and as I'm reading it, I notice the actor to the far right is Dallas Roberts, just by looking at him. And the only reason I know this is because I know Dallas Roberts personally. Yes, it's my claim to fame. When I bartended at McCoy's Pub in New York City, Dallas Roberts would frequent on Tuesdays and play poker with a bunch of other actors, including like Paul Rudd, Bobby Cannavale, and other actors. But anyways, I know the guy. But I looked at his caption, and it said it was Lenny Lofton. And we have a caller. Who is this?
This Jean.
Who?
Jean.
Jean, where are you calling from, Jean?
I'm calling from Kansas.
What's up, Gene? You're on live with Patrick Adam. What's going on, sweetheart?
Well, I'm wondering where Cameron is.
What do you mean? The fuck you talking about? This is the Patrick Adam Show.
I know, but Cameron wasn't on.
He's not on the Patrick Adam Show.
I know that, but he wasn't on his show either.
I don't know. You know what? I wish I knew where he was, because he needs to be here, because this is his
He
job, and he's not here.
Is this the first time he's... Because I've not listened the last Wednesdays.
No, he wasn't on last Wednesday either. Brian McKenzie filled in for him.
Oh, you're kidding. Where did he go?
I have no idea. Can you do me a favor, Gene? Turn your radio down for us.
Okay, sure. Well, I'm wondering where Cameron is.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay.
No, yeah, I think I don't know. You know, last week he picked up his mother, I think, from the airport, so he couldn't be
Yes,
here.
he
And I
did.
said, bring the bitch on the show. You know, we'll talk to her. Not that I think his mom is that. That's just me being vulgar. But this week, I don't know. Would you like to give him a message? Because he's probably listening right now, and he'd probably
You
love
think
to hear.
he
from
is?
you. I think so.
You think he would like to hear from me?
I
okay,
think he would
Bart.
love to hear from me.
Okay.
Why don't you give him
Bart?
a message right now? Hey,
Okay.
Cameron Cooper, this is one of your fans, Jean. She's gonna let you know a couple things. It's your mic, Jean. Go ahead, sweetheart.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to let him know this is his aunt, and I have been listening, not all the time, but once in a while, and then I tune in tonight, and he's not there.
Cameron, your aunt is very disappointed in you.
Yes, I am. I'm wondering where he is.
So you probably definitely don't listen to my show, do you? The Patrick Adams Show.
I'm listening to it right now. Sometimes
And
I listen to it, yeah.
I thank you very much for listening. I got another caller. I want to say thank you for your call. And I know Cameron's going to probably get back with us next week so that he can provide for his audience.
Well, I hope so. I really hope so. And I know him as Bart. We call him Bart.
Bart! I love that! I'm going to call him Bart from now on. Can I call him Bart from now on?
Bart. B-A-R-T.
Yeah, Bart. That's what I said.
Oh, okay. We speak different language.
Buenas week, Juanco. Hola.
Okay.
Hay problema. Mi casa, su casa. Hey, thank you for the call, Gene. I thank you.
You're quite welcome.
You have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye.
Hey, this is Patrick Adam. You're on live with Patrick Adam. Who is this?
This is Cameron Cooper.
Dude, I'm telling you, I didn't even know that was your aunt, man. I would not have said...
I gotta have my aunt call into the show to get me back on the
show. Dude, she's a sweetheart.
Unreal.
She's a sweetheart.
Unreal. Yeah, absolutely. She is a sweetheart. And
so why the hell aren't you here tonight?
Well, I tell you what, I had some predisposed obligations that I had to do with my job, and couldn't make it tonight. But I'm certainly there. I was there with Brian tonight. He was hosting my show, and tried to call in and give a little bit. And it's like, I was just listening to the show, and I heard my my aunt call again.
Dude, I thought it was you, man. That's why I was like, yeah, who the fuck are you trying to call? You're listening to the Patrick Adams Show.
Absolutely. So,
dude, that's fucking priceless.
Andy. Yeah, my aunt's out in California, but yeah, God bless you for calling in there, Andy. But yeah,
no, she's a sweetheart.
She is. I'll be back next week, guys. And
I thought at work today when Charles said you weren't going to be on the show, I thought it was because you didn't like me anymore.
Well, I don't really like you.
Well, I don't fucking like you either.
No, actually, I love you. I love your broadcast, and I've told you that before. And so, keep it up.
Now, I'm going to keep it up, but we're going to go ahead and let you go. because I want to finish this story. Cameron, later, brother. That was Cameron Cooper and his aunt. Oh, gosh. Yeah, that was Cameron Cooper on the Patrick Adams Show, because Cameron Cooper's going to call in all night, even though he couldn't get his ass down here and do his own fucking show. Yeah, Cameron. Fucking Bart. Bart, you little bitch. Fucking Bart. That's pretty cool, though. I mean, she's a sweet lady. I wish I'd known who it was before I fucking called Cameron's mom, like I said, like bring the bitch down, like to bring the bitch down. Like, I don't think his mom is like that. You know, that was just a figure of speech. So I'm going to apologize for that. First official apology for my language. I forgot what it was. Let's just go to a song, man. Because you know what? I try to tell my fucking story. All these people got a call that, you know, that shouldn't be calling me right now. Now, I'm going to come back and finish this story, and then I'm going to bring on Elias Castillo, and we're going to have a great night. You're listening to the Patrick Adams Show here at Wavelength Radio, Cool Wave Pictures. I'll see you later.
She's always staying narrow.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures.
Visit us on the web at www.wavelength-radio.com.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures.
He's live. He's uncensored. And he's on the level.
He's Patrick Adams.
The Patrick Adams Show on Wavelength Radio.
Welcome back to the Patrick Adams Show here from Cool Wave Pictures. Feel free to email us at coolwaveradio@gmail.com or give us a call, 1-800-421-5308. Phoenix area, 602-288-6794. I was just on the phone with Cameron Cooper and family, and that was great. I'm going to finish this story. Anyways, they miscaptioned Dallas Roberts. And I'm like, dude, I know this guy. You know, I know what he looks like. And then I Internet Movie Databased who they said he was, which was Lenny Lofton, which the two guys don't look the same at all. They're two totally different looking guys. So I looked up the characters. Dallas Roberts will be playing Grayson Butterfield. If you don't know who Dallas Roberts is, I'm sure you've seen... What's that movie with Joaquin Phoenix and Reese Witherspoon about I fell into a burning ring. Walk the Line, right? If this is probably you know Dallas Roberts from Walk the Line. He was the record producer who had that really cool monologue that he said to Joaquin Phoenix. Joaquin. Fucking whatever. Hair lip Phoenix. Joaquin Phoenix. Really great monologue. And he also did a movie called At Home at the End of the World with Colin Farrell, which probably not a lot of people saw. It was kind of like independent-ish type of... Anyways, he's in this movie, and he's sitting there, you know, on horseback next to Christian Bale and Russell Crowe. And I'm like, this is cool because I know this guy. That's pretty exciting for me. And for Carrie Langle, I don't know if it's a man or a woman, from the Arizona Republic, who is the author of the article, to have this. I mean, this is a major actor, and a lot of people are talking about, let's bring acting to Arizona. Let's bring the big studios here and make the big pictures. We're going to do that. And then for them to, like, totally flub this, I emailed Carrie Langle, and I said, hey, this is such and such, blah, blah, blah. You know, the character of Glenn Hollander is played by Lenny Lofton, which is not Dallas Roberts, who's in the picture. Dallas Roberts plays the character of Grayson Butterfield. Just thought I'd let you know, and the reason I know this is because I know Dallas. And I know him. We used to fucking talk. I used to serve him drinks. He liked Jack and Coke. I used to serve him drinks, and we used to talk about Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. And I'm an actor. I want to be an actor. I'm a wannabe actor. And I never said, hey, you know, send me a fucking, give me a bone. Here's my headshot. This is what I've done, even though I haven't done a goddamn thing. We just talked about video games. And the fucking guy's cool, Anyways, I emailed this to Carrie Langle, and Carrie Langle, and I said at the end of it, have a nice holiday, Patrick Adam. Well, this she-mail, let's just call Carrie Langle she-mail, because I don't know if it's a man or a woman. Carrie, Kerry. What do you guys think? Man or woman?
Woman. Gotta go with female.
Female. Okay, so this woman, Ms. Langle, emails me back and says, dude, in like a sentence, she says that Lenny Lofton was the actor that the studio identified with us. We'll try to check, but we can't run a change until we know for sure. No fucking thank you. No, that's, interesting to know. Nothing, but I got a stick up my ass, and I fucked up because I don't check my shit, even though I don't post the papers. She could at least look at the fucking picture and say, you know what? Why don't we do this? Why don't we look? Oh, you're great. Thank you. Elias Castillo. Bringing in the beer. We were out of beer. He's going to be with me in like 2 minutes after I finish this fucking story. But no sense of like community, of like appreciation that, I brought this to their attention, or, I'll look into it. All the bitch had to do was fucking go to IMDb, look up Lenny Lofton. He's got a picture on IMDb. And then go look up Dallas Roberts. He's got a picture on IMDb. And then compare that to the Arizona Republic, and you wouldn't have a problem. It would be right there. Oh my gosh, there was a mistake. Let's run it. Let's run this. Nothing like that. I got no love. So I fucking emailed Dallas. And I said, dude, Dallas, this is Patrick from McCoy's, the dude with the hair. We used to talk about Grand Theft Auto. Because I'm not, like, above everybody else to think that this guy would actually remember me. He's fucking busy. He's doing movies with Russell Crowe and Christian Bale. And I'm sitting here saying fuck, on Wednesday nights. I mean, I'm not doing a goddamn thing with my life. And this guy's making fucking moves. But I just said, hey, I just want to let you know that I represented you. Because I think that's fucking important. I think that's dope. And if somebody were to do it for me that I used to chat about video games with, I'd be grateful. Probably never hear from the guy, but you know what? I'll probably see him on a movie set one day, and I can tell him the same fucking story that I just told you. 1-800-421-5308. Phoenix area 602-288-6794. You are listening to The Patrick Adams Show, and right now, I'm going to bring on... I owe this man my first role in a feature film. No matter what the fucking floor noise say. Can we get a paper towel? This is bad. Oh shit, I just spilt my beer. Oh my gosh, it's going to the keyboard. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Here we go. We're going to a break. We're going to a break. I'm going to bring Elias back on. You're listening to The Patrick Adams Show here on Cool Wave Pictures. I just spilled my beer. It's getting on telephone cords and shit. Holy shit. Help, help, help.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures.
Visit us on the web at www.wavelength-radio.com.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures.
He's live. He's uncensored. And he's on the level.
He's Patrick Adam.
The Patrick Adams Show on Wavelength Radio.
Welcome back to the Patrick Adams Show here from Cool Wave Pictures. 1-800-421-5308. That's a national number. Locally, 602-288-6794. You're here with Patrick Adam tonight. I want to thank Brian McKenzie filling in for Cameron Cooper. And, hell, I'm just going to come out with it right now. I got Elias Castillo in the studio. And locally, many people, if you're local, probably heard of the guy. He's been in a hell of a lot of films. Locally here. Also has done a lot of work in California with the Quiros brothers. A lot of movies with them. A lot of A lot of really cool straight to video stuff that he's done with local director Craig McMahon and local director Charles Peterson as well, who happens to be producer of this show. I'm pleased to welcome Elias Castillo. Elias, is it Elias or Elias? Because Jose calls you Elias.
He calls me Elias, which is the way to say it if you're Spanish or Mexican. He goes, no, your name's not Elias, it's Elias. So you can call me whatever, Elias, Elias, Eli, whatever. Everybody gets it wrong anyway, so it's all good. It's just a name. So as long as they don't misspell it in the movies, I'm okay with that.
Now, what's going on? I hear you're moving to L.A. How do you feel about that? Your thoughts?
I'm excited. I'm nervous. I got a plan, and hopefully it works out. I'm just gonna go out there and try to work on some more projects and get settled in and get to know the LA area like I know the Arizona area. I can drive from Avondale all the way to Scottsdale, but I wouldn't know how to get from Anaheim to LAX airport. I'd be screwed. So I just have to, give it my best shot and get to know the area and the industry out there. So
that's sweet. I was just in LA 2 weeks ago, and I work with a guy named Sam Christensen in Burbank. He does some great kind of like marketing work. It teaches you how to market yourself as an actor, so that you know what to market yourself as when you walk into a room, instead of walking into a room and thinking like, what do these people want? What are they going to want from me? How can I fit to them? You walk into a room and they fucking know who you are because you know who you are. That way, if somebody goes, you know what, Elias, we really like you. Your reel's great. I loved your read, but I don't know where I'm going to put you. Well, then you can say, well, you can fucking put me here. You can put me there because that's what I'm good at. But that being said, when I was in Burbank, which is very close to Warner Brothers Studios, I felt this. I tightened up when I was in New York, and how everything was this is how it is. There were fucking huge ass sound stages with the lights and shit in there, they were setting shit up. I'm like, this is where they make shit. This is where they make stuff. That's got to be intimidating. It was intimidating to me. What about you? Your thoughts?
Well, absolutely. When I was even driving by without even going into the studios, I went to Universal Studios tour on the way over to shoot a film in San Francisco a couple of months ago, and I'm driving by, and these buildings are just so ginormous, and I'm touring in Universal Studios, and I'm just looking at how most of it work, and I guess it could be a little intimidating, but it's a movie making factory, and I just want to be part of the recipe.
What about the consensus here? That's they're gonna come here. They're gonna bring this here to Arizona. Do you think it will ever exist here in that aspect? Because I don't think it does. I think they have it in LA. I think it's there. I don't think they need to I don't think they are gonna move it here. But some people seem to think that they can actually stay here and eventually become to that pinnacle that we all want to be at. What do you think?
Well, I would say that I'm about 99% positive that it would move here if LA fell off and sank to the ocean. That would be the only way. There's a lot of films that are being shot out here. However, they're going to go to Canada and they're going to go to Australia and expand their dollars a lot more and think of it as a business. But that's where the studios are at. That's where the sound stages are at. If somebody decided they were going to build one out here, it would have been done a long time ago, in my opinion. I've heard about it maybe 10, 15 years ago, but there are a lot of talented filmmakers out here locally and a lot of productions that are being done from those studios. So I want to go back there and get a little more business for myself because there were a lot of studios that had done business out here. So I'm just about to go, my objective is to go kick some hinges off the doors. Hopefully.
Yeah, I think you'll be able to kick a few hinges off the doors. I've seen some of your work. And you're very passionate about it. And you're not without talent. You're definitely a talented guy. And I wish you nothing but the best in that facet. And I'm glad that you're fucking taking a chance and making a move out there. You gave me my lead in my last feature. Isn't that correct?
That is correct. And you know what? I feel just the same about you because the fact I told Charles, I suggested to Charles, you got to hire this guy. He's great. And he won't let you down. And I thought you did a tremendously outstanding performance, and I wanted to see you guys before I left because I'm leaving in about 2 days. My van is just about close to being packed, and I'm about to just road trip it out there and just, start my new journey. But you know what? I wanted to see you guys before I at least took off. So I really appreciate you having me out here tonight.
That's our pleasure completely. I've been trying to get you out here for a few weeks now, but I understand you got some things going on. Let's change the subject. I hear you've kind of mastered this whole picking up women thing. Tell me about that. Tell me about it. Your thoughts.
Well, you know what? I had a few buddies of mine, a small group, and I go out to nightclubs with them, and I just see them standing dance floors, staring amongst the crowd. And I'm thinking, it has to be a little bit more fun than this. And I just think that most of the tools that I've acquired by talking or spotting other buddies of mine had paid off with improving my life, whether it comes to meeting a woman or meeting a perfect stranger or even going to a job interview. It was a lot of people had ridiculed me about some of the women that would that I've dated in the past had said, well, you're just a player, you're just this. And you know what, it's a lot more than that. It's just women have their magazines, their Cosmos, or what have you. Oh, you got to wear your makeup like this, how to satisfy a guy, in bed and beg him for more, and how to make a guy call you every single day. Well, it's exactly the same thing, but it's just owning your confidence and displaying your value towards anybody. Whether, like I said, whether or not you're going for a job interview, or whether you're on a date and you don't really, all the pressure just falls out of your head after you just kind of acquire certain tools. So that's basically it. There's more details to it, more of a science, but I can just basically tell you everything not to do, and reassure you that a lot of the things that I have done, I've been successful with. So.
Now, I got a story for you. I went to the strip club this past weekend, and there was this little number who came up, sat next to me and my two homeboys, and she was talking, and I had like $65 when I got there. I wasn't going to get a dance because dances don't do anything for me. I like to look at the girls. I like to throw dollars down, $5 down, so dance in front of me. Anyways, this gal who was dancing, she knew nobody was going to get a dance, and it was towards the end of the night. And that's when you go to strip clubs because they already made their money, and they just want to sit and talk to you, right? So I'm sitting there, and she comes out, 1-800-421-5308, Phoenix area 602-288-6794. Feel free to chime in at any time. We're talking with Elias Castillo. Anything that he said or anything I'm talking about, you can comment on, or anything you want to change the subject about, we'll talk about. So she comes on and she's doing her pole dance, because they all take turns. And I go up on the stage and I throw some money down, and she sticks her butt in my face, dude. And check this out. She's got this really nice ass. And I just take this big whiff because, they powder that shit up. And I smelled butthole, bro. Oh, God. That's what I smelled. And you know what I did? Oh, yeah, baby. I took a big fucking whiff of that, dude. A big whiff. Because I like the smell of... I like to keep it real, dude. It's dirty. It's dirty. What do you think?
You know what? Hey, to each his own. You know what? I had a guy that had the same thing happen to him and got a bloody nose from it because the chick backed up way too hard in his face, and it was pretty interesting to see because the guy had never been to a strip club. He lives in Virginia, and he's used to just going to bikini bars, and we had a field day with this guy. He was just giving him a hard time, but you know what? With strip clubs, they're business women. And there was this girl. She was once giving me a lap dance. She has a beautiful smile from like ear to ear. And she asked if I wanted another dance. I said, I'm sorry, but no, because you weren't really doing anything for me. This is supposed to be a tease. You should really smile less and just look at me very seductively, like you're just about to claw my clothes off with your fingernails and climb all over my body. But it was nice, hanging out with you for like the whole duration of like Inner Sandman. But that's about it.
You're fucking hilarious, Senator Sandman. Okay, we're going to take a call right now. Hey, what's up? Who is this?
A friend.
Can I get a name, friend?
Yes, my name is Cammie.
Cammie, you're on Live with Patrick Adam. What do you want to talk about?
Well, I just wanted to say hey to Elias because he called in when I was doing a talk show. That was not you guys because you guys didn't have me on, but...
What up, baby girl?
I was just listening to the Tools.
Is my drink so cold?
Yes.
What are you drinking tonight? What are we
Did
drinking
you
tonight?
say Kimberly? Oh man.
No, somebody was
You
asking.
could not be
if-
further
no,
from
nope.
the.
That was not me.
We're making reference
Tell
to
him
Kim
to look
Pioli.
up,
She lives in Kentucky.
Tell him to look up www.misshotonline.com.
All right, stop plugging. Look, Cammy was Miss Hot Online for like 18 months straight. All right, she was hot.
No,
What are you
3
drinking
months.
tonight? What are we
Vodka.
drinking tonight? Vodka and what?
Tonic.
Vodka and you? Okay.
Vodka and me. Yeah.
Vodka you with a little tonic with a little tonic twist. Cool.
Yeah.
So what's going on?
Well, I just wanted to call and say hey because I think it's fucking hilarious.
What do you think about my?
And tell Adam that I mean Patrick that I remember him from Win Lose or Draw.
Oh, I know who this is now.
That was actually
You
the
do
first time I
not
met
know
Cammy.
who this is.
Now he does know. He
You're like Asian persuasion.
Half.
Yeah, but I mean, so you'd sit here and tell me I don't remember you. I just said who you are.
Yeah, that's correct because there weren't that many girls there that night anyway. But no. I heard you were really good in Win Lose or Draw. I mean, from the trailer.
I really enjoyed it, and I really thank you for coming out and helping us out, and I know Charles does too. So what's up with you and Elias? What's the extent of your relationship with the Elias Castillo? Your thoughts?
With the Elias Castillo is with he has a somewhat relationship with the
AKA
Cammy.
drive-by. Drive-by lovin'. I pull up, I keep the engine and run. We make love.
Yeah,
and
he's just the drive-by shooting. Yeah.
Are you nervous, Cammy?
Yeah, that's Rosie's little thing.
Yep. Jose Rosales
You know who Rosie
reference.
is, right? I just have to call him Rosie.
So, Cammy, how you been?
Yeah.
It's been a while. When was the last time I saw you?
It's been a while.
When was the last time I saw you?
At your sister's.
Really? What do we do there?
What did we do there?
I gotta tell you,
we
honey, you're
hung
a
out
great
with your
swimmer.
sister.
She's a great swimmer.
Topless hand jobs?
Oh, way more than that. Jeez.
I like this shit. This is great. This is what the fucking Patrick Adams show's all
Why'd you
about.
ask him?
This is what it's all about.
Is it?
Your voice is a lot more attractive than ours, so we want to hear you a little bit.
Really? Okay. Well, what do you want to know? Do you want to know my tools?
Your what? You have some tools?
My tools for picking up men?
Sure.
Well, I just am me.
Well, see, you and I have already had this discussion before. I mean, I was telling Patrick about certain things that have attracted that attract other people. One thing that I didn't do is I just you and I met, and I could have asked for your phone number the first time I met you.
He didn't use his tools on me.
Oh, sweetheart, I told you. That was the argument. I totally did. But if I told you, look, I use certain tools to refrain myself and just, you know what? I'm just going to keep that one on ice, and then just I'll talk to her next time I see her. Because even if I didn't see you on that movie set of The Virgin Murders, virginmurders.com.
You didn't even recognize
you
me.
people are plugging shit. You're taking over my show. Cammy, I got to go to break, sweetheart. Elias says he loves you. I'm sure you're going to talk to him tonight because you guys are going to drink your fucking vodka tonics. This is the Patrick Adams Show here from Cool Wave Pictures. Thanks, Cammy, for your call. I'm coming back to you. Don't fucking go anywhere.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures.
Visit us on the web at www.wavelength-radio.com.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures.
He's live. He's uncensored. And he's on the level.
He's Patrick Adam.
The Patrick Adam Show on Wavelength Radio.
Welcome back to the Patrick Adam Show here from Cool Wave Pictures. Give us a call, 1-800-421-5308 or 602-288-6794. I am in the studio with Elias Castillo. Cammie just called, man. Fuck. That was pretty nice. She sounded kind of sexy. You said she's pretty hot. So tell me about the rules of attraction and keep it at a reasonable time, because nobody people here for the Patrick Adam Show.
Right.
They want to hear Patrick Adam.
Right. I'm not here to sell any kind of books or anything like that, but if any men are listening that would want to use certain tools to attract women more rather than chasing them, that's basically what me and my friends have done. A lot of it's been trial and error, like calling a woman too much or touching a woman on the first date. They completely hate that. That it takes away the challenge for them. No, I'm not going to talk about that. But a lot of websites I've studied online, a lot of books. However, there's so many of them, just like there's Cosmo for women. Am I a player? No. Do I look for connections with somebody that stimulates me? Absolutely. And I think that's what kind of creates somewhat of a challenge. Now, in Cammie's situation, she'll call. We can argue for an hour about it. But the thing is, I never asked for Cammie's phone number. I just said, you know what, you should give me your phone number. I never get rejected that way. Because she says, oh, well, I don't really think so. Well, that's fine if you're insecure about it, and I walk away. But if I were to ask her for a phone number, she may just say yes. So, I mean, it's just certain ways you rephrase certain things to display certain body language confidence, not buying expensive gifts at the beginning of the relationship, thinking you're actually going to be a sucker and a wuss bag and manipulate her into liking you. You pathetic fuck. Don't do that. So if anybody's listening out there, I mean, if anybody has any questions on it and wants any advice, go ahead and give us a call. But other than that, I'm just here to BS with my buddy Patrick, and that's about it. Just wanted to, throw you a few little nuggets, your way. So don't be wuss bags out there, man.
Now, I'm happily married, so none of this applies to me. But I'll tell you this. I could never really pick up women. Ever. I never really even tried, to be quite honest with you. I'm not the womanizer type. But I think I would sit down with you and have a dialogue about it if I needed to pick up women.
So let's say you were doing a movie role and your character required that. What I would suggest, the first thing I'd recommend is to notice how many people are noticing you. Normally I walk through a mall. I just said I'm going to go to fucking Dillard's and then Zia Records and I'm fucking out of there before I walk to Cold Stone and get my ice cream. But now I'll walk through a mall slowly and I'll look at every single face, whether it's a elderly man, whether it's a group of high school, teenage kids, whatever, just to make some kind of connection, an eye contact with people. And you realize, and then when you start looking, you get in the practice of looking at women or what have you. And you realize how many people are really looking at you. So I think like the fact that you said you never really tried that, I think if you walk through a mall and then look to see how many people are actually making connections with you as well, who are looking at you, you would be surprised. I've been telling that to even women. I give them advice as well to kind of, raise their game a little bit higher. So.
No, like now, bitches look at me off the hook, man. They see the ring with the diamonds and they're like, oh, let me lick you in your butthole or your little balls or your let me lick you, man.
I agree. And I think what that does, it presents a challenge. I have one of my best friends is married now, but the poor guy, he's not happily married like yourself. He's on the fence where it's like, well, I really want to be, I really want to be single, man. And I was like, well, you know what? You have to answer what do you really want, and then go from there. And then, just understand the rules that you don't want to hurt anybody, but you just want to make connections with people, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, the married life isn't easy, but I mean, nothing is, man. The single life isn't easy. The married life isn't easy. Shit, one moment, if you're single, you're going to be lonely. If you're married, you're going to want to. You're always going to want what you can't have.
I agree with you 100%. I absolutely agree.
Yeah, why don't you guys stay tuned for the roundtable next on Wavelength Radio. 602-288-6794. That's locally here in the Phoenix area. Toll free, 1-800-421-5308. So what do you think is the state of the independent film industry here in Arizona as you embark on your Los Angeles endeavor?
Increasing in talent, but lacking in funds and value to make it happen and really make a splash and get recognized. There are a few filmmakers, a small handful of filmmakers that understand the importance of, well, in Los Angeles and New York, that's our competition. We have to raise the bar and go toe-to-toe with that. There's some people that just want to make films for the sake of making films, and I think that this has been a great 6 years for me. I met some amazing people and amazing talent, but I mean, I think they could, with actors, it's difficult to make a business out here, and I really can't wait 3 years or 30 years or 130 years for LA to fall off and float out to the ocean or sink, and then maybe, just maybe, they'll open up some studios out here. I don't believe it's going to happen. If anybody disagrees with me, you're wrong.
Yeah, I agree with you. And if I agree with you, chances are we're right, because I'm always fucking right. I'm never really wrong for the most part.
I agree.
Now, that being said, why is it that the only thing that's financially viable out here are horror films? The only thing that makes money, the only thing anybody can sell?
Well, I think there's a group of filmmakers out here that had made a film and starred a bunch of B-level actors and thought they were going to theatrical. Now, I may be wrong. They may get at the theatrical release, but they don't really, the actors they use did not equal box office revenue. So I mean, if you don't have, nobody really gives a shit about Elias Castillo billing in a movie, unless if I had maybe did a pilot in a sitcom or something that maybe built more on my resume and got my name out there more. But horror is just an easy genre to get into. You can just kill off everybody and make a little bit of business out of it. I'd love to write and direct one someday, just to get a taste of that and enjoy it.
So basically, as long as somebody's fucking losing an arm and their titties bouncing around, some douchebag's going to pick it up in a video store.
It has to be a certain kind of quality. It has to be a quality of tits, a quality of the arm falling off. I think it's hard to star all those other actors in a comedy and say, you know what, let's do a romantic comedy and let's really try to get into some film festivals and marketing. I did a movie 6 years ago. It's still shelved right now because it was a romantic comedy and started a no name like myself. So I do agree with that. If you do have like some quality of horror or slasher, it can make it somewhere. I got a film that's kind of a slasher genre that you're actually in as well, and it's out in Germany and Japan and Brazil and several other countries in theaters right now, and with stars a bunch of no names like myself. So it's then they're fun to shoot.
Yeah, man. I just can't. I don't know, man. I'm just not feeling it. You know what I mean? Like, if I was feeling it, I'd be like, yeah, man, let's go out and fucking make it. I'm just not feeling it, though. Like, I want to do stuff, even if it's not going to fucking go anywhere. I want to do stuff that has, where the actor is more valuable than the final product. And I don't even know if that's even possible per se, even in a big market, but I want to have a chance to flex my fucking muscles. You know what I mean? And I don't think a lot of people out here understand, A, what good movies require, which is, A, you have to see, you have to hear, and it has to be edited, and the sound has to be paramount. But yet, I see films out here that are going to video that, A, you can't fucking see anybody, B, you can't really hear anybody. But because of the subject matter, it's getting sold. I guess that's only good for local people and Arizona actors and directors when that happens, because they get some exposure, and it's cool. Me, I want a golden statue. I don't fucking care if I end up on the fucking shelf of Blockbuster direct to video, but that's just how I feel. You know what I mean?
Right. No, I totally understand where you're coming from, because I think a lot of the movies that I've done in the past, I've just done it for over half a decade. I just feel like it's getting a little. I've achieved as much as I possibly can here. I mean, there are definitely filmmakers that are writing just better and better projects. The last film I did, it was lasted about 4 months, and it was difficult for me to balance my day job with it. So that's another thing that comes into play. You don't get paid a lot for a lot of the movies that are out here. So it kind of if the actors that are real serious about it, it's you try to get in, do what you're passionate about, and it's never in vain, because I've took a lot from my demo reel, a lot from my resume, a lot from every film I've done was an experience for me it was a stepping stone. I definitely learned so much, but I agree with you. There's a lot of quality acting in some not so good films that doesn't have the great lighting, etc. But I mean, like I said, they get out there because of a certain genre, but I think they could probably get more of a distribution if they had better lighting or better editing. I think those numbers I'm not really familiar with, but they do come into play.
No, your attitude will serve you very well, and I commend you for taking the fucking cojones to make a move, because they're not easy. They're not familiar. Things that aren't familiar to people aren't easy, and you're going to go through your fucking downfalls, but just don't think about it. Don't look back, and whatever you do, wrap that shit up, bitch. Tell me to fucking rap. I'll wrap my shit up. I'm looking at my clock. I know how much fucking time I have. I'm getting your little fucking rap messages. I'm here trying to tell this guy fucking, have a good thing, and you're fucking typing rap in my shit. I fucking you see, and now we're going over fucking, now we're over time. Now we're going 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seconds. Even we're continuing over. Turn the music off, dude. I won't come back for fucking roundtable, and I'll make sure nobody comes back. Turn it off and let me wrap it up. Thank you. Don't ever fucking come back here, Elias. Stay out there, make your living, and keep doing what you're doing. But I'll tell you this from experience. The worst fucking thing I ever did was come back here from New York. It's fucking foolish. If you want to be an actor, you want to write, you want to direct, you want to do all that other shit, and I'm telling you this from experience, dude, don't fucking come back here.
Well, I believe in a quote, it's failing to plan is planning to fail, and I don't plan on moving back here. I plan on visiting back here and really raising the bar and just, pushing it real hard out there. But I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
We're gonna love to have you come back and be in some local stuff. If I call on you, could you help me out?
I will be there, and I am saying that as a promise right here on the air.
Sweet, sweet. Joe, stay tuned next for the roundtable with Patrick Adam, Brian McKenzie, Elias might hang around, definitely Charles Peterson. Thanks for listening tonight. I want to thank all my callers. This is the Patrick Adams Show from Wavelength Radio by Cool Wave Pictures. You can listen to all our shows. We replay all week. Just go to the website, www.wavelength-radio.com. We have a schedule of replays. Tell your friends. This is Patrick Adam. I'm out.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures.